Even though we've gone to the trouble of what we've just seen in the previous tutorial, and in early tutorials as well, in terms of converting our clips into black and white, or even into sepia tinted black and white, I'm sure you won't be surprised to learn that Adobe make it very easy for us using another effect category to convert our clips into something different. In this tutorial, I'm going to be talking through what we find right down at the bottom of our effects panel, this category here, Lumetri Looks. Now just before we open that up and explore what it offers, let's remind ourselves what we've got up here. We'd used this tint effect. I'll just switch it on. Okay, but that made it a little bit too dark, so we also used this luma curve just underneath, and you'll remember how we brightened it up and even adjusted the contrast. Well, that's two effects in one, and we had to adjust the parameters. Using the Lumetri Looks that we'll work through in a moment, you'll find that it's actually much easier. Now I'm going to remove these, so with the luma curve selected, I'll right click and run down to clear, and I'll do the same thing for tint as well, clearing that. So now we are back to where we started. Okay, let's work our way down then to this Lumetri Looks folder, and inside here, no surprises, I've got all these different subfolders. I'll just collapse these for the moment, and as you can see, we've got 4: Cinematic, Desaturation, Style, and Temperature. And effectively what you'll find inside all of these subcategories are presets that we don't have to worry about changing any of the parameters. As you'll see, the preset names indicate exactly what they do. For example, if I open up Cinematic, I'll select the first one, Bleach Bypass number 1, and drag this over to our clip. Okay, so now we see that bleached, washed out look, pretty much desaturating what we had. Okay, so that's one. I'll come up to Edit and Undo. Let's try the second one, Bleach Bypass number 2. Okay, now I think I prefer that one. There is more desaturation going on. Anyway, let's undo. Now even though this isn't achieving a black and white look, this cinematic number 1 I think is very useful, as it really brings out the colours. You'll notice in the effect controls though, that none of these looks actually has any parameters that you can adjust. You can only switch them on and off here within Premiere Pro. Okay, now let me undo that one as well. Edit and undo. Now I'm going to have to do that 3 times because I switched it in and out. Stepping back through the history like this means that every single change I make will be recorded. Okay, so now we are back to where we started. And I'll move down to the last option within Cinematic, this one called Sepia, because that's the effect that we were trying to achieve in the previous tutorial. Let's see how this differs. Let's see if it's any better. I imagine it will be. I'll left click and drag it over to our clip. Okay, looks great, although as I've just said, there's nothing we can do with this other than switch it on or off. We can't further adjust any parameters to enhance it. Okay, now I'm going to remove this as well. I'll right click on it this time and run down to clear. So those are the cinematic presets. Let's try a different category now. I'll come down to Desaturation, and then within here you are going to see quite a number of different effects that you can use that possibly aren't as textually intuitive as we've just seen within the cinematic category. So what I suggest is just try them out. Some are more intuitive textually. These 3 here, Maximum Desaturation and Midtones Desaturation and Mixed Desaturation, we've also got Overall Desaturation, well 2 of those. They're probably a little bit more intuitive in terms of the black and white blue filter, red or yellow filter, but as I say, just try them out and you'll soon see if this is the particular look that you want to use. Let's work our way down to the Style folder. I'll try this one, Back in the Day. Textually this hints to us what this is going to look like. Okay, another sepia look. And then finally we'll come down to the Temperature folder, and within here let's try this one, Cold Overall. Okay, I like it. It's not black and white, but it certainly provides a more cold atmosphere to the clip, sort of injecting or certainly bringing out the blues, the cold blues. It's only quite subtle. If I come back up here and switch this out, you'll see the difference. I'll bring it back in again so you can check. Okay, now I'll clear this one too. So there you have it really. These are presets that you'll find within the Lumetri Looks folder. As I say, there's not much you can do with them apart from apply them. So I'll leave it with you and I'll see you in the next tutorial.